Rockstar has recently added Imani Tech upgrades to 55 cars, including some of the previously removed ones, which are now back on the websites. This brings the total number of Imani Tech cars to 75, and I'm going to list all of them along with their available features. There are 7 HSW upgradable cars that also have Imani Tech upgrades. First, I'll go over the cars that only have the missile lock-on jammer upgrade along with HSW. The first car is the Sterling GT. It's a sports classic car, and with HSW upgrades, it becomes the second fastest sports classic in the game. It's available for purchase for $975,000, and it's primarily based on the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR. Next up, we have the Banshee GTS. It's one of the fastest sports cars in the game, with the highest top speed in its class at 172 miles per hour. The Banshee GTS is available for just under $2 million, and it's based on the 5th generation Dodge Viper GTS. In the next spot, we have the Vigero ZX. It's a muscle car, and with HSW upgrades, it becomes the fastest muscle car in the game. You can also buy it for just under $2 million, and the Vigero ZX is based on the 6th generation Chevy Camaro ZL1. The Buffalo EVX, Italy GTO Stinger TT, Pinot La Coureuse, and the Maibatsu Monstrosity are the other Imani Tech compatible cars that also have HSW, but they come with additional Imani Tech upgrades beyond the missile lock-on jammer, so they'll be covered later in the list. There are 3 cars that have drift tuning and also have a missile lock-on jammer available. The first one is the Futo GTX. It's a sports car that you can buy for around $1.2 million, and it's based on the Toyota Corolla AE 86 Trueno. Next up, we have the Jester RR. It's a sports car that came out in the Tuners DLC and is probably the best tuner car in GTA Online. It's available to purchase for just above $1.4 million, and it's based on the Toyota Supra Mark V. The last drift car is the Rune Cheburek. It's a sports classic car that's available for $145,000, and it's based on the Lada 1980 to 2010 model. Let's check out other cars that recently received the upgrades, most of which only have the missile lock-on jammer as their available Imani Tech option. Our first car is the Benefactor Krieger, and it's one of the best supercars in the game. You can buy it for just over $2.8 million, and it's primarily based on the Mercedes AMG one. In the next spot, we have the Anis S80RR, and it's a supercar with pretty good handling. You can buy it for around $2.5 million, and it's based on the Nissan R90C. Next up, we have the Pfister Comet S2. It's a sports car available for just over $1.4 million, and it's based on the 8th generation Porsche 911. We also have this upgrade on the Comet S2 Cabrio, which is the convertible version of the Comet S2. It's available for around $1.8 million and is based on the Porsche 992 Cabriolet. Here we have the overflawed Pipistrello. It's an EV and a supercar that you can buy for just around $3 million, and it's based on the Estrema Fulminea. Next, we have the BF Weevil Custom. It's a muscle car, and the only Benny's car with Imani Tech upgrades. The total cost for this car is around $1.6 million, including the Benny's conversion, and it's based on the Rat Rod modified Volkswagen Beetle. Next up, we have the Caracara 4x4. It's an off-road vehicle. You can buy it for $875,000, and it's based on the 2019 Ford F-150 Raptor. In the next spot, we have the Bravado Buffalo S. It's a sports car that you can buy for $96,000, and it's based on the 7th generation Dodge Charger SRT8. Next up, we have the Gauntlet Hellfire. It's a muscle car that's available for $745,000, and it's based on the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. In the next spot, we have the Coil Cyclone, and it's another electric supercar. You can buy it for just around $1.9 million, and it's based on the Rimac Concept 1. Next in line, we have the Anis RE7B. It's a supercar with good handling. It's available for just under $2.5 million, and it's based on the Mazda 787B. Here we have the Stinger GT, and it's a sports classic car. You can buy it for just under $900,000, and it's based on the Ferrari 250 GTO. Next up, we have the Obey 9F. It's a sports car that you can purchase for $120,000, and it's based on the 1st generation Audi R8. We also have the missile lock-on jammer for the 9F Cabrio, which is the convertible version of the 9F. The price for this car is $130,000, and it's based on the Audi R8 FSI Quattro. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Ocelot Locust. It's a sports car that you can buy for just over $1.6 million, and it's based on the Lotus 311. Next up, we have the Ocelot XA21. It's one of the best looking and best sounding supercars in the game. It's available for just under $2.4 million, and it's based on the Jaguar CX-75 concept car. In the next spot, we have the Comet SR. It's another sports car, and you can buy it for $1,145,000. And the SR is primarily based on the 6th generation Porsche 911 GT2 RS. Here we have the Pegassi Zentono. It's a supercar and one of my favorite cars in story mode. You can buy it for $725,000, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. In the next spot, we have the Pegassi Infernus, and it's an OG supercar. This car is available for purchase for $440,000, and it's based on the Lamborghini Murcielago. Next up, we have the Truffade Z-Type. It's an OG sports classic car and one of the fastest sports classic cars in the game. You can buy it for just under $1 million, and it's based on the Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. Next up, we have the Lampadati Tigon. It's a supercar that you can buy for just over $2.3 million, and it's primarily based on the Di Tommaso P72. In the next spot, we have the Pegassi Zorusso, and it's also a supercar. It's available to buy for just under $2 million, and it's primarily based on the Italdesign 01 Duerta. Here we have the Anis Silvestre. It's a sports classic car, and it's available for purchase for $990,000. And the Silvestre is based on the Mazda Savannah RX-3. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Weisser Neo. It's a sports car that's available for around $1.9 million, and it's based on the Spiker C8 Aileron. Next up, we have the Classique Broadway. It's a muscle car, and you can buy it for $925,000. And the Broadway is based on the Oldsmobile 66 Club sedan. In the next spot, we have the Willard Eudora, and it's another muscle car. The Eudora is available for $1.25 million, and it's primarily based on the 1960 Buick Electra 225. Here we have the Cognoscenti 55. It's a 4-door sedan that's available to purchase for $154,000, and it's based on the 2nd generation Bentley Continental Flying Spur. In the next spot, we have the Bowler LE. It's an SUV that's available for $149,000, and it's primarily based on the Range Rover Autobiography. The last two vehicles also have armored versions with missile lock-on jammers. They come with factory-installed bullet-resistant windows and armor plating. However, it's not the Imani Tech armor plating upgrade, and their explosive resistance is lower compared to the Imani Tech upgrade. The first car is the armored Cognoscenti 55, and it's available for $396,000. The second car is the armored Baller LE, which you can buy for $374,000. We also have the Duco Death. It's another stock armored car with metal reinforcement on the windows. And next we have the Rumpo Custom. It's in the van class and comes with bullet-resistant windows. You can buy it for $130,000, and it's based on the 4x4 Ford Econoline Sportsmobile. Here we have the JB700W. It's a sports classic car that can be equipped with a front-mounted weapon and proximity mines. But these are not the upgrades that come with Imani Tech. The JB700W is available for around $1.5 million, and it's based on the Aston Martin DB5. Rockstar has also added the missile lock-on jammer upgrade to 7 motorcycles, and here they are: Bati 801 and 801RR, Nagasaki Shotaro, Dinka Double T, Zombie Chopper, Manchez Scout, and Maibatsu Sanchez. We also got Imani Tech upgrades on some police cars, and almost all of them only come with a missile lock-on jammer. First, we have the Gauntlet Interceptor. It's available for just around $4 million and is based on a Dodge Challenger police car. Next up, we have the Coquette D10 Pursuit. It's available for just above $4.2 million and is based on a Corvette C8 police car. Here, we have the Greenwood Cruiser. It's available for just around $3.6 million and is based on the 4th generation Dodge Monaco police car. In the next spot, we have the Caracara Pursuit. You can buy it for just around $4 million, and it's based on a Ford F-150 police responder in real life. Here we have the Impaler SZ Cruiser. It's available for just above $3.5 million, and is based on the 7th gen Chevy Impala police car. Next up, we have the Stanier LE Cruiser. You can also buy this for just above $3.5 million, and it's based on the Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. In the next spot, we have the Impaler LX Cruiser. It's available to buy for around $3.6 million, and is based on the 6th gen Chevy Impala police car. Next up, we have the Outreach Faction. You can buy it for just above $3.1 million, and it's based on a Buick Grand National police car in real life. We also have Imani Tech on the Terminus Patrol, but it comes with an armor plating upgrade, along with the missile lock-on jammer. You can buy it for just around $3.8 million, and it's based on the Jeep Wrangler police SUV. In total, there are 9 police cars with Imani Tech, which means 3 others don't. These are the Dorado Cruiser, Dominator FX Interceptor, and Unmarked Cruiser. Let's check out all 6 OG Imani Tech cars that have a missile lock-on jammer, remote control unit, armored plating, slick proximity mines, bullet-resistant windows, and front-mounted machine gun. Starting off, we have the Bravado Buffalo STX. It's a muscle car with pretty good handling and speed. It can be purchased for just over $1.6 million, and the Buffalo STX is based on the 2015 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. Next up, we have the Duboci Champion. It's a supercar available for around $2.8 million, and it's based on the 2020 Aston Martin Victor. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Enus Deity. It's a 4-door sedan and one of the best looking cars in the game. It's available for purchase for just under $1.4 million, and it's based on the 2019 Bentley Flying Spur. Next up, we have the D-Class Granger 3600 LX. It's an SUV that can be purchased for $1,500,000, and it's based on the 2015 Chevrolet Suburban. In the next spot, we have the Enus Jubilee, and it's one of my favorite SUVs in the game. You can buy it for just over $1.2 million, and the Jubilee is based on the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Here, we have the Mammoth Patriot Mil-Spec. It's a 4-door off-road vehicle. You can buy the Mil-Spec for around $1.2 million, and it's based on the Mil-Spec Automotive's Hummer H1. Next up, we have the cars that can be equipped with a missile lock-on jammer, remote control unit, armored plating, and slick proximity mines. First up, we have the Bravado Greenwood. It's a 4-door muscle car available for just around $1.1 million, and it's based on the 1977 Dodge Monaco 4-door sedan. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Annis 300R. It's a sports car that can be purchased for $2,075,000, and it's based on the 2023 Nissan Fairlady Z. Next up, we have the Italy GTO Stinger TT. It's another sports car, and it can also be equipped with HSW upgrades, making it the 4th fastest sports car in the game. You can buy it for just around $2.3 million, and the Stinger TT is based on the Ferrari Roma. In the next spot, we have the Vapid Illusion, and it's an SUV. You can buy this vehicle for just over $1.8 million, and it's primarily based on the 2018 Ford Expedition. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Canis Terminus. It's an off-road vehicle that can be purchased for just over $1.8 million, and it's based on the 2017 Jeep Wrangler. Here, we have the Enus Paragon S. It's a sports car available for purchase for $2,010,000, and the Paragon S is based on the Bentley Mulliner Bator. There are 3 other cars with the same Imani Tech features, but these cars have extra protection against explosives, and all 3 are EVs. First up, we have the Bravado Buffalo EVX. It's a muscle car that can be equipped with HSW upgrades, making it the 3rd fastest muscle car in the game. You can buy it for $2,140,000, and it's based on the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT concept. In the next spot, we have the Obey Omnis EGT. It's a 4-door sports car and one of the best looking cars in the game. The EGT can be purchased for just around $1.8 million, and it's based on the Audi e-tron GT. Next up, we have the Ocelot Virtue. It's a supercar and one of the fastest accelerating cars in the game. You can buy it for just over $2.2 million, or you can claim it for free after completing all 6 first dose missions. And the Virtue is based on the Lotus Evija. There are 2 vehicles that can be equipped with a missile lock-on jammer and a remote control unit, and they also come with bullet-resistant windows. The first one is the Baller STD. It's an SUV that you can buy for $1,715,000, and the STD is based on the 2022 Range Rover L460. The second one is the Maibatsu Monstra City. It's an off-road vehicle that can be equipped with HSW upgrades, making it the fastest in its class. You can buy the Monstra City for around $1.5 million, and it's based on the 1997 Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. Here are the cars that only have missile lock-on jammer and remote control unit. First up, we have the Peugeot La Coureuse. It's an EV sports car that can be equipped with HSW upgrades, making it the 2nd fastest in its class. You can buy it for $1,990,000, and it's based on the Renault R5 Turbo 3 E-Tech concept. Next up, we have the Bolocan Envisage. It's an electric sports car that can be purchased for around $2.4 million, and the Envisage Envisage is based on the Hyundai Envision 74. Finally, we have the Turismo Omaggio. It's a supercar and one of the top 5 fastest supercars in the game. It can be purchased for just about $2.5 million, and the Omaggio is based on the Ferrari F8 Tributo. That's it for this video. Please consider leaving a like, commenting your thoughts, and subscribing if you want to see more videos like this in the future. See you guys in the next one.